Hey guys, I am Daisho and I'm here with another theater mode gameplay, and if I did my job right, then this is going to be the most interesting 19 and 8 kill game you have ever seen in your life. So first of all, to introduce this game, I'm just using the ballistic knife, and I'm only using my knife, and I don't even have tomahawks in this game, so it's just stabbing, and I don't get any ballistic knife kills, and I'm pretty much just running around the map trying to kill everyone. I'm not experienced in this, so I'm not very good at it, but I'm just going to try my best. In addition, I'm also going to throw in a bunch of theater mode angles and different viewpoints from different players. So the first thing that I'm showing you is my first death, and because basically, as you saw on my screen, I was looking when the guy killed me. He wasn't really looking at me, and then he had turned towards me, and then he actually shot me, and I died. But anyway, this is another pretty interesting kill because it's got a pretty cool angle. So I'm just going to show you the top-down angle, and then I'm going to show you the viewpoint of my enemy's angle. So as you can see, the stun kind of goes really, really far away, and I'm surprised that it actually still hit him and stunned him so much, because as you can see here, this is how much it actually stunned him. So it seemed like a pretty big deal for him. But anyway, let's just get on with the gameplay. So obviously this gameplay isn't going to be the most interesting, but I feel like there's a lot of really cool things that happen that I'm going to be able to show you, and that'll make it a little bit more interesting. So I'm not going to show you every single one of my deaths, because I do die a good amount of times, but a couple of them I found interesting. This one I thought was kind of funny because the guy had such bad aim. It was like really hard for him to actually lock on and find me. But anyway, let's move on. I'm just gonna climb up this ladder, and luckily I see two people right next to me, and neither of them see me, so that's pretty easy. And also, I wanted to say that I didn't even have the right perks to do this. I'm just kind of like having some fun, so I just made a makeshift knife only class. Like, I don't have Marathon Pro or Steady Aim Pro, which both would be really helpful for this. I didn't even, as I said at the beginning, I didn't even have a tomahawk on. I also didn't have a real piece of equipment. I would have liked a jammer or motion sensor or something like that, but I didn't have either of those. And here I'll just show you this guy because it was so unexpected. Like, you'll see how scary it is from his point of view to just be chilling, looking out a window. He gets that nice kill there. The other guy shoots at him first, and he's just like looking out this window, and then all of a sudden he's just like, "What?"
Fly planes in the air.
So I made that clip really loud just so that you could hear the crinkling of the glass, and because it's going to be pretty significant in a second, so there's just a little bit of connection interrupted over there. But as you can see, I ran back into the building to try to find somebody and couldn't find anyone. So now I'm going to show you from that guy's point of view, and he kind of just like jumped right over me, but he didn't see me, so that's a little weird. Now we're going to finally get the real view and what actually happened. So as you can see, the guy literally, he just jumped right over me. I didn't see him, he didn't see me, we go our separate ways. I thought that was pretty interesting, something that you wouldn't find if you were just playing a normal game and you couldn't get these theater mode angles and stuff. But anyway, the main thing that I wanted to ask you guys is how, if you guys like this, if you guys maybe think that I put in too many theater mode angles and the gameplay isn't that interesting, then I would love to hear that, but I'm going to get back to it. So this guy, at first glance, it's just like, oh, he just ran away from me. That's a little weird. Why did he do that? So now let's see why he did that. So he's chasing my friend with a Dragunov, and he comes around this corner, and then he sees somebody running at him, but he's sprinting, he's got a Dragunov, so he really doesn't have much choice but to run into this building and maybe get a different position. I got lucky that I threw a nice little stun there, and he was stunned, and I was able to get the kill. I don't show you the napalm because I put it in a stupid place. I put it over the building, and I don't really get any kills with it. I should have waited for a spy plane and then used it later. But if you were wondering what kind of kill streaks I'm running, it's spy plane, napalm, and attack helicopter. I don't end up getting to my attack helicopter. You'll see what happens in just a moment. But anyway, every time that there's like some boring gameplay, I decide to show you this guy's little face and just circle around him a couple of times. Mainly because I don't really like to do the super fast mode like Only Use Me Blade does, even though it's really important for knife gameplay because there's a lot of just running, trying to flank around the enemies. And the reason for that is because I don't like the fact that you lose the pacing on the game. If anytime that there's super fast mode, you kind of just like lose what happens. But anyway, there you can see what happened. I ran in, would have had the kill, but just missed the knife, so that was a little unfortunate for me. But anyway, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but every time that there's a spy plane, I play a little differently, and I try to, I know that my flanks aren't really going to work, so I'm going to sprint as fast as possible, because that way I could try to cover more ground between each swoop. But anyway, here's another little angle. But anyway, this is towards the first host migration, and this is right now. And I thought it was pretty epic that this guy's just like trying to run, but Black Ops isn't letting him. But anyway, here we're back into the game, and this is actually a really interesting kind of situation. So I'm gonna show you from a couple more angles. Here we go. So that is the top-down view of what happened. You see I run, stab that guy, and then get shot a little bit in the back. And then you see from the guy shooting me. And because at first it kind of looked like it was just really bad aim, but it's kind of actually hard to shoot somebody who is running full speed. I don't know. I don't really blame him for missing that. And then there's just a random claymore there. It was actually really interesting because I saw another perspective but didn't show it to you guys, where basically there was just somebody who was AFK and he was holding a claymore or something. But anyway, I'm just going to follow this guy around. That's from the start of the host migration clip. Fail at going through the window there, sorry. Let's continue. So then the guy goes down here, and the only reason I'm showing you this is because he runs the exact same route that I did, and I don't understand how he was able to follow me this well. But anyway, that's just exactly the same way that I went, and he figured it out. He didn't think I was going to run all the way back. He knew that I was going to run up that ladder. But I do get my payback on him. That's what you get for shooting me, bro. And here's his point of view. He shoots me a couple of times and switches to his Makarov, but he can't pull the trigger fast enough to own me, and I end up getting the kill. But anyway, there you see I get my lightweight kills, and it's, as you can see, I've never used lightweight, I never run around. This is such a new concept for me, and I really am enjoying it more than I would have thought, and more than just regular playing of Black Ops. Like, it's getting a little not boring, but just frustrating. But if you play like this, you know you're not going to do well. So if you accept that, then you can just have some fun. So this was actually pretty cool. I saw two little dots on the map, and then me and my teammate just both take each enemy out and then sprint in the opposite direction. So now I'm just going to show you my teammate's point of view. He just owns that guy with his commando and then runs past me. But anyway, let's get back to my perspective. So right now in the gameplay, it's 4,400 to 3,500. I'm not really paying attention to the score, though. All I'm doing is just running around trying to flank the enemies as much as possible and just get a lot of kills. So, Radiation is by far my favorite map for only knifing, mainly because it's so easy to flank the enemy because there's so many parts of the map that you just won't expect to encounter any enemies. And so here I thought it was really weird. There's just a random spurt of blood, so that's why I paused it right there. But this guy manages to turn around and kill me. But another thing that I found interesting was that he doesn't end up killing this guy, but he gets his helicopter because his claymore killed somebody just milliseconds before he got killed by Second Chance. But that would have sucked if he hadn't gotten his helicopter because of Second Chance. I would have been really pissed if something like that happened to me. But anyway, he calls in his Cobra, and there I just showed you the viewpoint of somebody who just gets stabbed right away, and like you can't really react that quickly. So while it looks like I'm just playing noobs and they can't do shit, well, some of them are really bad, like the guy Wingding something or other who I just killed. He's pretty bad. His aim is pretty awful. He's using an AK-74U with Ghost, and I still managed to kill him a bunch of times. And he's one of the worst players in the lobby, but he's not like completely incapable of killing. He killed me a few times in this game, so I really can't blame him. But anyway, I see somebody run around that corner, and now I am chasing after them. But I don't find him, so I'm going to show you the perspective of where he actually went. So he goes this way, and he turns to the right. I thought he was going to turn to the left, and I was chasing after him, but that was really not the case. So anyway, moving on. I am just running around, still trying to find some people. But I mean, again, this situation is where I'm just behind people, and it's easier for me to kill them because they're not looking at me. And while I do get some kills where I just rush people, most of the time it's just me sneaking up behind them and stabbing them in the back. So this is just a little cool theater mode angle that I tried, and it worked out pretty well. Like, you see this guy is about to put his claymore down, and then all of a sudden, he gets stabbed in the back. But anyway, game's getting closer to the end, but there's still a bunch of interesting things that happen. So I see this guy, and here's the perspective from my teammate. He sees the guy jump down, looks at him, and then just runs away and leaves me to my death. I thought my teammate was going to help me and I'd be alright, but he did not give a shit. He's just like, meh, I'll let the guy get his care package, let him murder my teammate. But he just, I mean, I was really angry when I was playing that game. I mean, I wasn't really angry, but I was just like, what are you doing, man? Come on, help me out. But can't always expect the teammates to do what you want. If you want the teammates to help you out, then play with good people. Like, I'm playing Mercenary Team Deathmatch, so I can't expect my teammates to help me. And then this guy, he just like jumps right over me, and I'm just like, what happened there? So I'll show you his perspective. Climbs up the ladder, runs back and forth a couple of times, and then he just walks off. And while it looked like he's jumped off to me, he really just walked right off, went right over me, and couldn't see me. Really not much you can do about that. But anyway, back to the gameplay. I climb up this ladder, try to find any other people, can't find anyone, jump off, and then I stun this guy, and then look at him, look the other way a couple times, and just use a little bit too much time so he's no longer stunned. And this is the guy's perspective from a few seconds before. So he charges out this window, tries to shoot at that guy, can't get him, then he goes this way, looks that way, and then he gets shot, so he starts running away, gets stunned by my grenade right there, and he actually moves pretty far. If he hadn't moved that distance far away, then I definitely would have been able to take him out. But he was able to do that, so it worked out well in his favor. And this was a pretty cool thing, where I just saw my teammate was running up the ladder and stunned the guy who was up there. It was kind of just like, I chose you! And like, I sent out my Pokemon. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know. Probably a lot of people know what I'm talking about. But anyway, here's that guy's perspective. He is easily able to take out that guy. It wasn't even a fight because I helped him out. I threw the stun. Like, I knew I wasn't getting that kill, but I actually got an assist for a reason. This was a pathetic play on my part. I threw the stun, and I meant to throw it through the railing, but it just bounced off. And this is just another view, and then the other dude's point of view to see how lucky he actually got. If like my stun had exploded a second earlier, then maybe I actually would have been alright. But like, see, he can't even see me right now. He's so stunned that, like, you know how flashes make you not able to see and stuns make you just not move? Well, if you get stunned right next to it, then you can't see anything, and that's actually what happened in this case. But anyway, this game is really almost over. I end up getting the last kill. I stun myself like twice, and then I stab this guy. So my final score is 19-8. Not really a great score, but it was a pretty cool gameplay, I thought. So anyway, here is just his perspective, and then you'll see the overall perspective for the end of the game in one moment. Here you go. Stun. I don't even know who I stunned with the first grenade. Maybe the guy who ran into the building. But then I stunned him again, and then I just walk up to him, stab, miss the stab, and then finally get him. And then zoom in on his tortured dead body. So if you enjoyed this gameplay, let me know. Thanks. Have a nice day. Bye.